Hello everybody. Well, after my last two videos on reform, I think everyone knows my feelings towards the leadership of reform. And this has been made even worse today by reform clamping down on free speech with their branches, saying, they're strictly not to give interviews, anything with any of the media. And they even mentioned Tusi as one that they can't give interviews to, but it applies to everyone apparently. So they just telling you what, don't do anything, right? Now, I've also been contacted by a friend of mine, or an acquaintance, who's a reform supporter. In fact, many of the people I know are reform supporters, pointing out that, the roots, the bread and butter people doing all the work, slogging their guts out to get the councillors in for the council elections in May, they're working away and they're being punished now by this dispute. I agree with them. And so what I'm going to say is this. The members of Reform are a good lot. That's what I've been trying to say in my last videos. The party itself is detached from its membership, even silencing its membership now. I'll go into that in a minute. But that does not mean to say the members are bad. They're the good ones. They're the goodies. So when it comes to the council elections, I would advise this. I would advise to look at the candidate and certainly, because they're called Reform, don't not vote for them, probably vote for them. Because in the interim, before we can get this reorganised, this reform mess, those are good people. It's the people you're voting in as councillors that matter, not their brand name. I know their brand name is solid, and for me, I'm finished with it. And I'm finished with Farage, totally. I think he's just dug himself further and further into the mud, But please look at the people and vote for the people. Because even if, as we later sort reform out, and we even get a new party, those people can be transferred to that party depending on the values. Because really, the way Farage has evolved, even though he tries to avoid the questions, and the way he pretends to have done things he hasn't done, he's different to what the Reform members are. So don't punish the Reform members who are trying to get in on the councils. So if it was a case of a councillor locally, I'd be voting for the councillor, not for Reform. And that's the way I'd get my way out of putting that tick in that box. So I'm really trying to say do it that way. Understand the people are very different. They're a really good lot, the Reform people. And that's the future party members as far as I'm concerned. So there we are with that. Now what Reform has done today is issue this statement here. The party has been holding regional events across Essex and elsewhere in recent weeks, with efforts to bring more people into the party. 2CTV and other media outlets have initially been invited to these events and have been to previous ones, but members and party organisers are now strictly forbidden from doing interviews. So there we are, a total clampdown on free speech. Now, I know you members don't like this. I know the sort of people you are, and you're not going to like that. And Rupert Lowe has replied to say this: Reform should be the party of open debate. If members wish to express support for me, they should be entirely free to do so. Judging by the sheer volume of incoming communication, there are tens of thousands who are furious with the malicious and unfounded witch hunt launched by the party leadership. This stinks of desperation and its cowardness. Totally agree with Rupert on that, totally. I know now that the leadership really is two people who own the party, because you members don't have a vote, or you people who pay the 25 quid, you don't have any rights at all in Reform, and they own the entire company. And just two of them, that is. So there's no way inside the party you can do anything. It's the most undemocratic party you could imagine. But my advice is vote for Reform into the councils. Vote them in, because those people are good people. And my advice is then let them choose later on which way they go. I mean, I know that Reform now are against anything but a very, very limited repatriation of illegal immigrants and so on. And I know the members are the other way. I know the members are much more Rupert Lowe's way than Nigel Farage's and the chairman's way. But I think worse than that is the way Nigel Farage and the chairman have treated the people around them. They must stay popular. Farage must stay the king, and nothing else matters. Forget all the fireworks you get when you go to their marvellous things, to make this triumphant entrance as an emperor or a king. Forget all that. What matters are policies. And I know, or I really very strongly feel, that the membership of Reform are really against the way that the policies have been weeded out by Nigel Farage and the chairman. So please support Reform candidates locally in the elections, because they'll still probably be in place by the time of the next general election. And when they have left to enter a new party that is maybe more suited to their values, they can have a big impact. Don't let's dispense with them. They work very hard to become council members. Vote for them. Thank you.